Yeah, what up, YouTube? It's your boy, another Zod back at you. Y'all Savas. I just wanted to get into something real quick before I address the haters, you know what I mean? And I'll address them for the last time. But I got my new hats, you know what I'm saying? So for all the watchers that, ordered the hats, I'm gonna go ahead and send your shit out Monday, so you can be looking fresh with that one. Well. But anyways, I'm gonna send my shots out. Shouts out to Ohaf. He got a song called Work That Back. Go ahead and check this out. I'm going to drop that link to Ghost SPJ featuring Pugs, Villain, Rowdy. Got a song called 805 on mine. It's the homies from Colonia Chiques, Eastside, Santa Barbara, and Santa Maria. Real catchy. Go ahead and check that out. Dub Sinister got one called The Genius. He just dropped yesterday. So go ahead and check that. I'm going to drop that link. Conejo got an event cracking today, which is Sunday the 23rd, called The Nightmare Before Xmas. If you need information, get at me at Zod Rese on IGRFB. You ain't got to subscribe, but if you need that information, I'm going to give you that. To the homies from Hawaiian Gardens, Long Beach, Stockton, Chico, Oregon, to my family from 2Ps, what's up, to Wissett Avenues and OVGCs, and the regular OVGs, you know what I mean? Stand up 818 in the house. But anyways, yeah, I just wanted to get into a few things because, there's been a lot of talk in the comments, and then I think a lot of people are trying to lead people astray, you know what I mean? For the youngsters that be in my comments, you know what I mean, and they have got me at, in my inbox, and like, I really respect that positive that you're preaching for the older homies and shit like that. It's like, yeah, you've been through it, Zod, and I understand, like, I respect the fact that you're trying to push in a certain direction and avoiding these haters. And for the lots that really have respect for a motherfucker and that really, you know, pushing that positivity and really just trying to do like me, change your life, but understand that there's always gonna be that instance where your old self flares up and them demons start to come to the surface. I respect you, Watson. I apologize to you. You know what I'm saying, as a man. You know what I mean? But understand, I'm always gonna feed in some to a certain extent to these trolls, and mostly just so they can continue coming back viewing me, because everybody likes to see what Zod is gonna say next, and not necessarily like I got that golden tongue. It's just the haters always want to see what they can try to comment on. Some of them are just trolls. Some of them actually have a valid they have a valid point, but they just misconstrue it through disrespect, you know what I mean? So it's just brushed to the side, so I can't really even hear it, you know what I mean? And plus, they don't really have nothing constructive to say, so for the most part, I just brushed them to the side. But yeah, I just want to speak to the youngsters. At the end of the day, you got these people on here with these false narratives. What I mean by false narratives is that they're trying to tell you that it's actually good to, do your crime, go to jail, not want to pay for it. If you can circumvent the system, and I mean by circumventing is if you can get away with something, by all means, it is the way it is. Some people get away with crimes and some don't. I've paid for a lot of my crimes. Wish I didn't, but I did, and it made me the person I am today. Being able to sit in front of this camera and tell you why you shouldn't go to prison. And that's not necessarily speaking against the anybody. That's just telling you that it's just not the thing to go to prison anymore. You'll know if you ever go that it's not the thing. And it's just a lot of people that are in prison don't want to be in prison no more. But the reason I say don't believe the false narratives, because if you are gonna go to prison, which I hope you don't, as an older homie, I hope you don't go to prison, because like I said, it's so much drama, you know what I mean? And if you're a cool dude, you know what I mean, got a nice head on your shoulder, that might not be the same about time you get out, because you too will conform to your surroundings. And it's not necessarily saying people are gonna force you. It just means you will conform to your surroundings. So and you need to understand that false narrative that these cats are putting out, that it's all good to be a PC and then get out and redeem yourself. And I'm not going to mention who they're talking about. I'm just going to say that chain of thinking is not exactly right. That's not, there's no redemption in that. That just means that you couldn't handle the regular biz, so you chose to take the easy way out. If you put yourself in a situation till you go to prison and you got to deal with what comes next, you can't take the easy way out. That's why I tell you all, just let it go. If you're one of those cats that just on the verge of it, you really don't feel in your heart that you're actually with that type of business, walk away. Because if you don't, when you go to prison, you're gonna be up under a certain level of rules. And sometimes if you're not able to handle them rules, you crack under pressure. Don't believe these false narratives. Don't believe this, oh, I did all these years. Look, I'm just gonna let you know, dude. I did almost 14 years flat. No 3 years here, 2 years here. No, almost 14 years flat. I've been, like I said, on multiple yards. It ain't nothing fucking good about it. Ain't nothing positive about going from multiple prison to multiple prison. But I'm just telling you, I've been there. So what I'm saying should be valid. It doesn't make me better than anybody else. It just gives you an idea exactly that I know what I'm talking about. Now, as far as like SNY yards, yeah, you can actually get sent to a SNY yard, but just don't stay there. If you stay there, you are no good. There is no getting around it. There is no redemption in that. You are no good. If you kill somebody on the street and you got to go to prison and serve your time, serve your time. Don't go to a PC yard, because all the people that you once were able to kick it around, that don't happen. And it's and you can find redemption in a lot of things. You can do your time and realize that you never want to go back. I did my time and realized that it just was nothing. That I left people behind that didn't want to be in prison, and that told me never to come back to prison because it's just not the place to be. And for the people that gotta weather that storm, they gotta weather that storm. Don't believe this false narrative. That's all this whole video is just about that. Don't believe a false narrative. Don't let people lead you astray. If you get busted and you go to prison, you conduct yourself according to the way you need to conduct yourself. Don't go in there thinking that, fuck it, I don't want to deal with it today. I can just lock it up. I can go to the SNY yard. I've seen other people do it and they're good. Other people are high profile cases, so they're always going to be watched. Certain people talk this shit, but you'll never be able to run up on them, because if you do, you're going to prison. They're not trying to go back to prison, but you will go to prison trying to kill them or trying to do any type of harm to them. Don't believe none of this. Don't believe that, there's redemption in anything. When you go to prison, you're always going to be looked at like a convict. People are always going to look at me in a way like, no matter how positive I am, oh, this fool still had an attempt. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get busted for killing nobody's mom. I didn't get busted for shooting no ladies. I didn't do none of that weak ass shit. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't mean my shit is better than anybody else. It just means that there's no redemption in none of that. You can't go to a PC yard and redeem yourself. For the people that try to feed you that shit, it's just not worth it. Avoid it all the way around. If you can avoid going to prison, avoid it. If you can avoid getting in trouble, avoid it. But if you can and you're just absolutely bent on being who you're going to be, then handle your business. Go to prison, do what you got to do, and get out. It's right. It's not that hard, but you still need to adhere to certain rules. Everybody bows to rules. When you hear people in here say that they don't listen to rules, yet you don't listen to somebody in prison. These are the motherfuckers that never been down anywhere good. Who's talking about level 2s? I ain't never seen a level 2 in my life. And it doesn't make you bad because you're on level 2. If you can do your time easy, cool. But don't let these vultures tell you that every yard is a S and Y yard. No. They know who not to put on S and Y yards. And when they do it just to see where you're at, you get the hell up off of there. You know what I'm saying? That just goes without saying. You don't want to sleep in the same room as a child molester or a rapist, you get the hell up out of there. You bust a grape and be gone. And that's just the way it is. So don't believe this false narratives. And I can't repeat that enough time for the youngsters. If you're going to do crime and you're going to do time, go in there solid. Go in there the way you went in, come out that same way. Don't take the easy way out. Don't assume that, once you do that, it's going to be all good. I'm going to go live my life. No. Prime example. I was going to Walmart today. I'm shopping all day for Christmas presents. I run into somebody, one of the homies. That easy. Call my name out. Boop. Turn around. He's right there. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. It's just not that easy. If you PC up and go to an SNY yard, understand this. There's always somebody that's gonna know you. You never slip by unless you become a hermit and stay in your house, or you move to buttfuck Egypt. Eventually somebody finds out who you are, and then it's all bad for you. So in order to avoid that, if you're gonna get in trouble and you're really so bent on being in gangs, then handle your business. Stay solid. And what I mean by stay solid and not talking about killing all types of people, I mean the same way you went in there for being a hardcore gangbanger, stay that way. Don't be wild. Do your time, get out, and if you don't decide to go back, don't go back. Because I'm telling you, there's a lot of people in there right now that wish they could be on the street and they would give this all up. But they understand that they got to adhere to certain rules, and they ain't going to an SNY yard. For the people that tell you, oh, well, all these cats have went to the, it don't matter. That's not you. I've faced adversity every day. For the people that, you know, they're like, oh yeah, well, you haven't changed, you're still with the fuckery. Understand this. For the dunce, for the cats that just slow in the brain, my constitution is not the same as yours. It ain't never over for me. I may not gangbang on the street, but if I went to prison right now, I would be under the same rule. There's no PCing up for me. There was never even a thought of PCing up. It's handle your business. If you want to be a fucking gangbanger on the street and doing all this shit, you a cold killer, handle your business. Go to prison, do your time. Prison ain't like what everybody's saying, like it's all out war. It's not like that. But when it is war, it's war. And you handle your business and hopefully survive and you're good. The whole thing is to do your time as comfortable as possible. And if it's rocking, you just gotta rock and you come home and hope you never go back. Some fools wanna go back. At one time, I thought I was going back because my mind was still stuck on that page. But I'm not gonna even, talk too much after that. This is mostly just to talk to you youngsters that's out there really thinking about sliding back. If you can slide back, dog, slide back. Don't adhere to pressure. For the most part, anybody that has any, righteous feelings towards you is gonna want you to avoid it, period. But understand, like I said, and I will reiterate this a million times, if you go to jail, you will respect the rule, do your time, get out. If you're blessed to get out, if you're blessed to do your time and get out, do your time and get out. There's ways to get your points down. Doesn't mean you particularly gonna be all these on the yard doing all this stupid shit. Look at, cause I know I'm going in circles. It's late. I'm already tired. It's fucking 2 a.m. But for the youngsters, like I said, if you get busted, especially for a serious crime that's gonna give you time and you don't get life, do your time, do whatever you gotta do, and get out. Don't go to no PC yard, because if you go to a PC yard, you're forfeited. The people that you may have really loved kicking it around, even if it's just certain family members that might still be with it and you don't want to be with it, that's no longer possible. That's no longer possible. You always gonna have to watch your back. You're always gonna be like, can I go certain places? People are always going to recognize you. You never slip. Somebody always will recognize you. Understand that fact right there. If you don't take nothing that I said from this whole tired ass conversation, somebody will always recognize you. I told you today, ran into a homie. I've been running into fools left and right. So the fraudulent ass fools that talk about that I ain't with nothing, I'm out there 24/7. If the homie comes in the comments today, tell him what the back of my sweater said. It's not even about gangbanging, it's representation. For the ones that don't understand that this is me for life, it's me for life. And that's not even negativity. People will always dislike me in some way. Not everybody, but there's a vast amount that dislike me just for the simple fact that you can't prove me a fraud. I did all that time. I got out solid and still solid. And no matter what, if you stupid enough to run up on me in the street, I'ma still try to put these hands on you. It's just the way it is. That's not negativity. That's just like I went in solid and came out solid. So for the youngsters, like I said, if you go in, if you so fucking bent on getting busted, stay solid. Get out solid. And if that's no longer your life, be done with it. No, people respect that. Be done with it. Like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get a job, and I'm straight. You're already older. Nobody's gonna be like, oh, fuck that. The homie got love for you. He's gonna respect that. So that's all I'm gonna say with this video. Like I said, this is more just addressing a few things. Don't respect these false ass narratives. Being a PC, you're not good. Going to protected custody is not good. Stop gangbanging on some righteous shit is good. When you're already at that age, or you're just at that point to where you know better, you just let it go. That's good. Going out backwards, which going to a SNY yard, or going to spot where they got Chesters and all that shit, you know what I mean? That's not good. Don't go that route. Just be good. You get tired of the game, just stop. Get out, stop. Get a job. Avoid certain people. It's that easy. Going out backwards, nothing good in it. It's going to get you caught up. You never be able to walk around comfortable. You're always going to be looked at. Somebody will recognize you. So just, like I said, I'm tired. So this is just a video just to address the youngsters, hopefully you'll learn from me and realize that if you do get involved in this life, you're going to have the same mentality as me, and you're going to be programmed to hate child molester and hate PCs and hate that. It's programmed. It's not being institutionalized. It's about being programmed, knowing that these people are on the opposite side of us, and it's always going to be like that. So if you want to avoid all that way of thinking, you know what I mean? Don't fuck around and give it up. But if you're going to go to prison and want to be that knucklehead, accept what comes next. Keep it solid, get out solid. And like I said, fuck a PC, and I'm out.